What is up, YouTube? It's been a while. Freaking, like about exactly a week, if not a little bit less, a little bit more. I don't know. Anyway, freaking, we're back finally. Caught up on some sleep. Got all our shit taken care of that we need to get done over the weekend. Just freaking crazy week. It was a good time though. But we're back. We're fucking ready to kick in some dip and talk about things that you need to know about Japan. So today I'm going to be dipping some Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen. Sorry, new lighting, they redid furniture, it's all fucked up. But yeah, I haven't had Grizzly Wintergreen in a long time, so we're going to kick it off with a lip of that, and we'll get right into things you need to know about Japan. So I'll let Diaz go first.
Alright, so if you're ever in Japan and you ever go to the city like Tokyo, which you probably will, you'll notice that whenever you have a piece of trash, you'll never be able to get rid of it. That is why there's no trash cans. The reason for that is that there were sarin gas attacks in 1995 where terrorists a certain group went around putting gas bombs in the trash cans, so the government of Japan figured, well, let's get away with the trash cans, and they won't do that anymore. And so the result of that is continued no trash cans in Tokyo or any major city for that reason. So if you have any drinks or anything, you're walking around, you're enjoying your day, you better pack it in because you're not going to be able to throw it away. So it's very, very inconvenient. One of the common stereotypes everybody knows is that Asians are terrible at driving. Well, that is no joke, because they are the worst drivers I've ever seen in my life. I am a driver in my platoon. I have to drive a lot to different bases, airports, whatnot. They're the most inconvenient, inconsiderate drivers I have ever met. Besides,
But
it's terrible.
on that note, they can park a fucking car.
Yeah.
You will see cars parked in areas that you're like, that had to be dropped in from Hilo.
Yeah.
Because Jesus, they will park in these skinniest, craziest spots.
Because they're these, literally, like you said, the smallest spots I've ever seen in my life. Because everything's so crammed in here, because the populace is so high. And somehow they were able to fit their cars in there. But aside from being able to park, interacting with other people and other cars on the freeway is terrible. Nobody has any idea what a horn is. You could run into somebody and nobody would exercise their horn.
One of the things we took notes because freaking been a while since I made a video, but one thing you need to know when you're coming here, whether you're freaking military or just coming over to visit, you are not going to be able to read shit. Common sense. They use a different language. They also use 3 different types of writing that they can use based on whatever fucking reason. Anyway, you're not going to be able to read shit. Even the Americanized signs, which you'll see like certain areas of Japan have 7-Elevens and freaking shit like that. But inside of those 7-Elevens, it's not Americanized. It's Japanese as hell, and you're not going to be able to read anything. So either A, know what you're looking for based on oh, I know I want this to eat or something like that, or B, just be ready to experience some crazy good things or bad things or, whatever you feel. But yeah, you're not going to know what's what, and oh man, the train system is really freaking hard to get around.
Ridiculous.
It is bad. It's based on so since we can't read where everything's going, what we do is you take in yen, and you go, well, I want to get to here. So you look on the map where you're at. It'll be like Yokosuka, or wherever you're at. You're like, I want to go to Kamakura. It'll say 220 yen. So you'll go to the machine, put in 220 yen, you take your ticket, and then you got to hope to God that you get on the right train, because it's really hard to understand how the train system works.
Because the train going that way might get you there to halfway to your destination. But then you'll have to get off that train because the train you just got off of is going back.
Yeah.
And so you have to get on a new train that might take you to where you're trying to go, or it might not. It might just skip that stop for some fucked up reason.
Yep.
And so you really have to do your research. You have to know what you're talking about. Talk to the right people. Obviously not Japanese people because they won't fucking understand you.
It's funny though. There's machines where you get your tickets. There's a little button you can press for help, and I'm fucking... A little Japanese dude will pop his head out, and I don't know if he speaks English or not. I never got to use it, but the lady that we got a class and I do everything, and she was telling us that they would literally pop his head out a little door and help you with what you need and press buttons for you and something, and just go back in behind it. That's his job.
This is
pretty funny.
The ticket machines, like you say, are ATMs. You just push buttons and whatnot, and you push the help button, and some little motherfucker pops out a little wall right next to you and helps you out.
While we're on that, freaking rush hours are crazy. One driving in rush hour,
not getting anywhere.
How long is it on if you were to leave early in the morning to get to Fuji?
Fuji is about an hour 15 drive,
But if you're driving between 08 and 11,
a 2 hour drive.
like it's bad. And then at
2:15.
night, like 1500 to 1800, it'll take you 2.5 3 hours to get an hour and a half away. Like it's driving is horrible. But you probably won't be driving if you're here.
Probably have to deal with that.
You'll be using the train system. Train system, like once you kind of get a grip on how everything works, you're like, okay, I kind of get it. You feel a little bit more comfortable until like the train goes into maintenance or whatever, and you're like, oh shit. But rush hour on trains is funny because you literally have people like as close together as
Nut to
possible,
butt.
like yeah, nut to butt, freaking intertwined and everything. And then there'll be people that like can barely fit. And then there's people called pushers that their literal job is to push you into the train, and they'll just come up and start shoving you in.
Pack you in like sardines.
It works though. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the other things that I wrote down to hit on is people are very private here. Like even in public. Like I know if you're American, if you there'd go Smock or some supernatural shit.
Put that anywhere.
If you're like smoking or whatever near a little smoking container, and you got other Americans there smoking, you guys usually sometimes they'll talk. You know, they're not afraid to come up and ask for a cigarette or anything like that. In Japan, if you go to a smoke pit, most of the time people are facing the corner. Like they don't talk. And the reason for that is, I guess, because Japan is really, really, really freaking tiny, believe it or not. And the amount of people that are here is, I don't remember the exact number, but it's a lot compared to what we even have in, what'd she compare it to, California that day or whatever?
Yeah. It's like the size of California.
Yeah, Japan's about the size of California and has about as many people as, like, 3/4 of the United States. He's probably got it somewhere. But, so they don't really get any privacy besides in their own house, which is so close to a neighbor you can reach through the window and touch each other. So when they're out in public, on trains or anything, you're not supposed to talk, you're not supposed to laugh or be loud. Freaking, you're not supposed to get in other people's business. You're like, if you have a question, I'm pretty sure the word is sumimasen, is excuse me. But like people, they like their privacy, so they try not to get on each other's toes. And while he's looking that up, I'll talk to you guys about the money here. So you got a lot of times you're gonna be dealing with. Oh, usually wintergreen is really dry and a little bit more fine cut than Copenhagen, but you got yennies. So you got yennies. It's just one set. I call them yennies. I don't know what they're actually called. It's just one yen. And you got your fives. And you got 10 yen, 50 yen, 100 yen. And this is all just stuff I had in my coin bucket, so I don't have the other ones. But there's 500 yen, and then it goes to $1,000 yen bill or 1,000 yen bills. There's 5,000 yen bills. I don't know if there's 10 when we pull money. It's just 5,000. But roughly 130 yen. It varies a little bit here and there, but roughly 130 yen is $1, $1 US dollar. And if you want to pull 5,000 yen, it is $42.34. Once again, give or take, based on what the currency is doing at the time. So that's a little good tip for you guys to know. $42.34, about 5,000 yen. But a lot of stuff in Japan is pretty cheap, so I mean it goes a long way.
Obviously, the blue is California, red is Japan. 0.89 times bigger than California. See if I can't pull up some population numbers.
So that gives you a little like California to Japan ratio. It's not very big of a difference. If you like spicy food, Japan is a good place. They make this stuff. The first thing I had when we were out here was actually the second thing, but the first thing I had was chicken and dumplings, which I forget what they call it here. Was freaking went to a mom and pop shop, which is just like the owners or family, and wow, that shit was delicious. It was probably the best chicken dumplings I've ever had. But a lot of the curry houses have spicy curry. The second meal I had out in Japan was curry, and it was the spicy kind, and I expected it to just be like, there's some hot sauce in here. Fuck no. I drank an entire glass of water. Like, they're not very big, but like, a cup of water. After like 2 bites, I still needed more water. Like, it was bad. It was really hot, and I love hot stuff. Like, I'll drink hot sauce out of a bottle. I just love hot sauce, and it's spicy food if you get the right stuff.
Alright, I got some numbers here. Japan is nearly 3.5 times more populous than California. Their population currently, according to the 2012 estimate, is 127 million roughly. California's population, according to the 2010 census, is a little under 38 million. So, gives you an idea. Japan is just a little bit bigger than California, but nearly 4 times more crowded. So you can fit as many freaking people in California. Try imagining times 4. And that's what you got to deal with.
There you go. That's why they're so private, because they don't get much privacy, so they try to use it as often as they can. So don't think people are just mean or awkward or anything like that. They want their time to themselves, even out in public, which nothing wrong with that. As far as I can tell, Japan seems to be a fairly. I'm an American dude. Like I just like being in America. I love America.
Yep.
But as far as this country goes, I can't say I hate it. Not a fan, just because I don't like being in other countries. But
this is also from a military perspective. Like,
yeah, I don't really get to. I mean, luckily with this deployment, we have opportunities to go do a lot of stuff. I mean, I haven't really seized the moment to go anywhere crazy. Like, I wanted to climb Mount Fuji, but by the time I realized they have a climbing season, and once that climbing season ends, you can't climb again until next year. I didn't freaking know that. And the weekend that I was like, all right, you know what, I'm going to go do it, I was talking to a couple of my buddies, and they were like, yeah, well, the season ended, I think it was like 2 weeks before, and I was like, son of a bitch. But there's a lot of good opportunities here. It's really not super freaking expensive. I mean, especially if you're coming for tourism, I'm sure you have money saved up, so you'll be able to do a lot of cool things. But from a military perspective, it's just...
It's whatever.
Yeah, it's a nice place, though. I mean, you get to see some cool stuff. I did enjoy... I went to see, what was it, the Great Buddha, and then one of their shrines. The Big Buddha and a shrine over in Kamakura. I'm actually going to do that again next weekend. I'll have some freaking video clips for you guys. I don't know if the Oz is going to go. He might not.
I want some sushi. I'm going out.
There you go.
The sushi is so much better here than in the States. I'll give it that. It's ridiculously good.
I have yet to.
I'm a sushi connoisseur.
Eat sushi. I had sushi when I was younger, and it made me sick. I don't know. I love seafood, but I just don't like sushi now. I don't know. You know what? Frick it. I'll get a little clip meat and some sushi with the Oz. I'll give it a shot. But
they got it's just like in the movie. They got a little conveyor belt, and you can grab whatever you want. And plates are color coded. However much yen is worth on the plate.
Also,
delicious.
From a tobacco using perspective, if you're a smoker, you're in freaking luck. They have the strongest cigarettes ever. The one is 7-star with the charcoal filter, the silver one. The other one is I think it was Lark, just a red one, just a red carton. It says package says Lark on it. Shit's strong, freaking delicious. Their cigarettes are cheap as hell too. But if you're a dipper, bring a lot of dip because they don't sell dip out in town. So
they sell dip at all here? I've never seen dip in a convenience store.
They don't sell it. You gotta get it on base, and if you're a tourist, you're not getting on base. So unless you have family on base. But yeah, so bring dip. You dip. Most you guys do, from what I've seen in the subscribing list. So if you get to come out here, bring dip. Other than that, that's the basics. If you guys have any questions, anything else you want to know, leave in the comments. We'll answer it in the next video or whatever. Other than that, yeah, that's all. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Freaking hope it gives you some good knowledge. We'll be back in a couple days with something else. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I got a movie review to do.
Yes, you do have that review to do.
I got 2. I saw Black Mass a couple weeks ago, and I just saw The Mockingjay Part 2 last night. Get into that. But massive conclusion to the Hunger Games series.
Yeah, we're running out of time, so love you guys. Freaking thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment, ask questions, whatever. Freaking tell us you love us, tell us you hate us. I don't care. Leave comments.
Tell us something.
Like, share, comment. Freaking leave it with your friends. Let your friends watch it. Let them love it too.
Put it on the
have
coffee
a good
table.
time. And this is the Wilson and the Oz. Freaking
signing off.
Yep, sign off. You guys take care. We'll see you in a couple days.